working? Am I on? Yellow. Hello, everyone. It's Wind Waker Wednesday. I missed last week. Sorry about that. But I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you today. By doing it this week. Not with anything in particular. Last week was crazy. I had a show, my band, 8-Bit and the Single Players had a show last Thursday. And it was one of those shows where it was impossible to find a rehearsal time for everybody. So we ended up just rehearsing one time the night before with almost the whole band. And the show went really well, actually. So it was enough. It was enough rehearsal, thankfully. But I was stressing about that. And then I had something else I had to do in the morning, too. Whatever. I'm not making excuses. Ahoy, hoy. Ahoy, hoy. Yeah, for those of you who are patrons of the channel, I have an early edit of the first half of my enormous upcoming video as a little preview, available for patrons only. And that'll be out publicly probably by the end of the month. Definitely by the end of the month, but probably at the end of the month. Maybe sooner. We'll see. It's in the video editor's hands now, but it is about 10 times longer than I thought it would be. But it's been fun. It's been fun to make. And now I'm in this weird spot where I'm done all my work for it, so I'm just kind of waiting for it to come out, which is nice. I'm anticipating it. But yeah, if you want a sneak preview, it's on my Patreon. If you want to wait for the whole thing to be out to watch the whole thing in one go, that makes sense. That's what I would do probably. Okay, we're doing Dragon Roost Cavern today, which is the dungeon music on Dragon Roost Island, for the dungeon on Dragon Roost Island. And dungeon music in Zelda is notoriously hard to transcribe. I was about to say unmusical, but that's not really true. It's just a lot of atmospheric, spooky sounds, which is tough to notate. So let's see what we can do here. See, right off the bat, it's like, what do I do with this? There's a little drum. Sounds like a tabla. Like, do I put all those groans in? I don't think I do. Maybe I do, cave noise. Like this. That's what I'll do. Ding dong. Hello, everybody. This is the whole thing. It's like the atmospheric noise, kind of, like it definitely goes higher and lower in pitch, but it's definitely also not at a pitch. So, I don't know. I need some comments telling me how seriously to take this one. If I just phone it in or not. We're trying. Well, I'll get the tablet at least. So it's like, oh, I forgot Sibelius sucks. I forgot the tabla sound, and Sibelius is like a jingle bell for some reason. Let's see here. Hello. Good to see you all. Band unpitched percussion. Maybe if I do rototoms, that would sound better. And then I'll just change the name to tabla. Let's see. Let's see. Da 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 dum. Ba 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 ba. This is probably boring to watch too, eh? Chat checka 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 da da yeah. Yeah, okay. Bob, and then like a little roll. Let's see. So here we get a little knock, a little boom, boom. Yeah, there probably was like a shaker thing. There's also a question of like, did they write this piece and then just like put the WAV file in the game? Or is the game sort of, that probably, GameCube era, probably this is just, well, I don't know actually. What it could be, there could be a couple tracks, like there could be a tablet track that's just going on a loop. And then cave noise that's going on like a different loop. And then the boom, booms could be coming in, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, I'd have to play the game to see if there's a loop, and that would be impossible to tell unless you like memorize every part of this whole track. There's definitely a little I might phone this one in. This is not very interesting. Let me get... Okay, I'm going to notate the pitch of the cave noise, because it is pretty... You can tell what pitch it's trying to be. So we got... So it's interesting, it's like a 3-bar loop. Like every 3 bars, the cave noise sort of changes to a different pitch. Moo. Do. I guess maybe this should be an E flat. I have been doing sharps up till now. Whoa, so I'll stick with sharps. Let's see. How's everyone doing today? Anyone got anything exciting going on? Ooh. 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 There's a thunderclap in real life, and I thought it was part of the track. I'm like, oh, that's a weird choice. That's funny. We've had some crazy storms where I live lately. Trees falling down and stuff. Thunder all over. The real hardest part about transcribing something like this is if you lose your place, you just have to start over from the very beginning. The tabla part must loop somewhere. I'll deal with that. Let's do that. Let's see if we can get some more of the tabla part. Do I notate this as a fifth or a single note? Hold on a sec. It might be fifths. I'm just gonna do it and we'll check it. Oops. And ding 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 ding. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, there's definitely a fifth. I should maybe put this in an actual clef. I took the clef out, but I'll put it in bass clef and go down an octave because I think that's where it is sitting. And then I will keep listening. Start from the top. Bop. Really gotta listen for these little rolls on the tabla. Okay. So this might be the loop here. Let's see if this is the loop for the tabla. We're gonna follow along, and we're gonna see. So roll. And then here comes a roll. Yep. So far so good. There was a little a little low part here. I shouldn't notate it like that. I should notate it like this. You don't want a dotted quarter note going over the line between beats 2 and 3. That's bad form, but I fixed it. But then, yeah, if this is B flat to G sharp, that seems wrong. So I'll make these A flats, A flat and E flat. Shoot, where was I? Yeah, this isn't here. No roll there. Hey, okay. I have no idea. If the tabla loops, probably not. Yeah, let's do this, and we'll do... Shoot, I lost my place. Where are we here? Wind Waker gone wokey. Here we are. I think this goes there. Sorry, this is probably so boring. think I got that one wrong. That's actually an A and an E. Okay, and then yeah, where were we here? Hold on. I see. I got this wrong too. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then data. Oops. Okay, we're coming close to the end of the track, so this must loop sometime soon. Let's see. Oops. Okay, there we go. And then one of these tableau lines with the roll in the middle bar. It's so much nicer knowing that it's like groups of 3 bars. Okay. Oh wait, I think I screwed something up. No. Okay. So we got this. Is that? Yeah, okay. Okay, great. Hey, that wasn't so bad at all. We got something there. And that's the loop point. Okay, I'm not going to make you listen to the Sibelius version, you know? Hopefully you can trust. Oh, I need the tempo right though, don't I? What would that be? Like 134? Is that too slow? No, that seems about right. Okay, boom, done. And next we have a much cooler piece, Mini Boss. I got this one prepped. Mini Boss, written by Hajime Wakai. Oh, this is a good tune. Where's my screen? I can't see the chat here. There you are. Hello, chat. Okay. So sick. What a great tune. This will be a good one. Okay, what do we have? We got snare drum. Let's get some snare drum in there. Some flute, it sounds like. Strings, of course. So put strings. Bass drum. Whoops. Oh, I mean jazz instruments, that's why. Bass drum. Cymbals. This sounds like, or what are these? Jinga dinga 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 jinga dinga dinga dinga. That sounds like a world instrument. But which world? Which world are we talking about? Dinga dinga gamelan gong, potentially? Let's try that. Let's see. They really did go all out on the Mini Boss music. It's the Hajime Wakai is one of my favorite composers of all time, possibly number 1. It sounded like there was like an ocarina or some kind of non-flute high wind instrument. So I'm going to put that in too. Yeah, he did the Pikmin music. He did Pikmin 1 and 2 all by himself. He did Skyward Sword was mostly him. He was like the lead composer. All of his music is very weird in a cool way. And he did, my sense of it, because we don't have known credits for the whole Wind Waker soundtrack, but some of the tracks we do have credits for. And of the tracks we do have credits for, Hajime Wakai always does the boss themes. It's like all the boss themes are attributed to him. So I have a sense that he was in charge of the battle music. And the battle music in Wind Waker is all very, very weird. Weird in a particularly interesting Hajime Wakai kind of way, too. What does this sound like? Oh, that's too low and big. I don't want Gaga Gang. I want Dinka-dinka-ding. I wish I had more knowledge about world instruments, because, yeah. If I could just had it off the top of my head, what the Linka-dinka-dinka-dings were, how good would that be? Gamelin Kenong? We can give that a go. Ooh. Oh! That sounds closer to right. I'm going to keep that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. What is that? Those psh, 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 psh. They're not. It's not crash cymbals, but it kind of sounds like halfway between a crash cymbal and a tambourine. You know what I mean? That's probably some other kooky world instrument. Kooky is probably not the word to use. Sibelius might have Whistler. I'm not sure. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the. Oops, I don't want that. I want grace notes like that. Bunka dinka dinka dinka. And then there is a gong, like a straight up gong. So I'm going to do gong, a large gong. Like that. You're here, not too late. Hello, Spinda. Good to see you. Oh, it could be a splash cymbal. That's true. You know, that's a good point. I'll just write splash cymbal. Boom. Oh, and there's brass too. I just heard like a low trombone. This is gonna be a big one. Let's see. Kind of grow out of nothing. Strings are holding down that E2. Let's see. I'll put that on the bass clef. That note as well. There's some other string notes too. Let's see if we can hear them. Oh, it's like an E sus sort of thing. Big. Oops. Okay. No bracket around my. Yep. You know what? I'll put a hat on it. Marcato. Bam. Yep. Let's see. What are we missing here still? We got. What else do we have? Wind Waker Wednesday. Oh yeah, there's building strings. Let's see. Oh. This is like a subito piano or a forte piano. That then. And it seems like it's like tremoloed. And it's also a chord, not just a note. What's the chord? Bottom. It feels like that. Yeah. That sounds good. But we gotta fix the tempo if we're gonna play it back. Dinga 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 dinga. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bump 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 bump. That's gotta be like 192. Maybe that's a little quick. That's a little bit quick, but we're not far off. 188, I'll say. And then we'll fix the volume of this dingy dingy. Okay, it sounds good. A little E sus. E sus 2-4. That's one thing. Wokai loves his sus chords. His weird sus fourth triad things. Wind Waker Wednesday! W's in the chat for Wind Waker Wednesday! Ooh, we're looking to add Great C to our rep soon. Any genre recommendations? We like the consoles version and we have the same instruments, but we want to do something distinct. Ooh. See, that's one of those. There's a lot of tunes. Like, I obviously have done a lot of arranging video game music for my jazz fusion band, but it's tough sometimes. It's like if the original is too good, it's tough to change it into a new genre. You know, it's hard to imagine. I feel like you got to do something with that bass line. Like the doo-ba-dee-dee-doo, da-doo-ba-dee-dee-doo is so close to like a Michael Jackson, what's that song? Boom, bop, bop, wee, doom, boom, ba, doo, bop, bop, wee, doom. Is that human? No, it's not Human Nature. What song is that? I can't help it. If I wanted to, I couldn't help it. That's where my head goes right away. But then again, it's like, would that melody work with that style? Probably not. Worth a go, though. Oh, and the snare goes shak, shaka da 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 da. Let's see. Hey, well, thank you. Let me know. Let me know how it goes. If it goes well or not. Okay. We did it. We did the first 4 bars. Relatively uneventfully, too. Good melody. He writes weird music, but the melody's strong still. I don't think there's a 5th. I think I'm hearing an overtone. Sorry, I'm psyching myself out here. Oh, there's definitely some sort of stringed instrument too. Okay, let's check for that whistle. There's a whistle. Okay, we'll do whistle. We'll do trumpet. There's... Okay. Get me out of all instruments, please. What? Oh, I'm still in all instruments. Get me out of all instruments. There's still a million trumpets? Common instruments. Trumpet in B flat. See, that's what I want. I want a common instrument. Okay, you hear the Phantom 5th too? I think I'm hearing this string part. I think it's blending together. I can't overthink it. I gotta just go. This is a long tune. Oh yeah, but what do I do with that string sound? Is that it's not really harp. Like it's too rhythmic to be harp. It doesn't really sound like guitar. It could be classical guitar maybe. This is the thing, is like, is it just a dry MIDI harp sample that he's playing the way you would never play a harp in real life? It could be. Could be. Is it some weird world instrument? I shouldn't say weird. Is it some world instrument? Is it banjo? It could be banjo. It's not grating enough to be banjo. Because he definitely is like going through his sound bank, right? And going like, ooh, look at all these cool world instruments in my sound bank. These sound awesome. I'm gonna use these. In the Pikmin soundtracks, you get that too. Where it's like, oh yeah, there's this weird, all sorts of weird percussion samples that I am not good at sourcing. I'll do the bass line first. Beam. 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 Boom. Hold on. I think I maybe got this wrong. Beam. No, that's right. Beam. Beam. Boop beep bob. Boopity bop. Okay. And this is probably in octaves, it sounds like. You know what? Maybe I'm going to put a tuba in there too. So actually, at my show that we had last week, I got a tuba player in the band. Sort of as an experiment, but it worked. It ended up sounding really good. I was really happy with it. 'Cause in the summer, I played a show. I put together a cool jazz show, and I was playing a bunch of Birth of the Cool stuff. And so I needed like a tuba player, and I found a tuba player in my city who's like really into jazz and very interested in jazz tuba. So like, how often do you find one of those, So I asked if he would play a set of video game jazz fusion, and he was super into it. And so it was like, it ended up being, it was tuba, bari sax, tenor sax, alto sax, and trumpet was the like horn section. Every year that I play, every time I play a gig with my band, we don't play that often, but every time I play it, the band gets bigger. But so I had rearranged a bunch of my old arrangements to add a tuba, and there's something about like, it was very bottom heavy, to be honest, but the chords sounded so nice. Like a tuba on the bottom sounds so sick. It's so warm and nice, man. He crushed it. It was a good show. It was a good show. I think they got video, but I don't think they got audio from the board. So I don't know if I'll be able to share any of it, but I still haven't shared my sets. This is a bonus stage it's a promoter based in Vancouver, and they do video game shows, and they put on a show in Winnipeg every year, and so every year they try and film it and record the audio, and so I have a couple sets that I should put up on my second channel. I have my second channel for music, and I haven't put hardly any music on it. Man, what am I doing? Bum bum. Okay, so bum bum. All right. Where's the whistle? Oh. No, that's not what I meant. I don't need that. I thought it was gonna be a melodic whistle. That's so sick. Is there a way to... Let's see. How many ocarinas do we have? Can I get one that's... No, there's just one. Okay, maybe I'll put like an octave up note on it like that, so you can actually see what notes it's playing. Okay. Big half note triplet. That's so awesome. This is one of those tunes too where if you just like caught me on the street and said, how's the mini boss music from Wind Waker go? I would not be able to tell you, go, sorry. But then you start playing it 1 second in, I'm like, bah, bah. It's like, yeah, that's in there. That music is in there for sure. This sounds like a different kind of flute. Maybe this is like piccolo or something. I know what I'll do. I'll change, because yeah, this line that I just notated, and that's the right range for piccolo too. Sounds a lot less breathy and reedy. Not reedy, you know what I mean, like woody. A lot less woody than this next line. Here comes the woody part. Right? Let's see if the melody gets passed back to piccolo. Oh, did I miss? Is there a... Does he do it the first time? Drop down to the lower note? I think he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Changing the chord. Oh man. Why does that feel so intense? Like, why is that such a perfect, like, simmering... Is it the groove? It must be partially the groove. It reminds me of the Bowser's Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey, where it's all Japanese sort of music. And the whole thing's got this, like, shink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink, like, really, really... I guess it's kind of swung, but it's not really. It's like double swung instead of like bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. It's like bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum, like really tight, Jink a dink a dink a dink a dink, and it just goes so hard, like it feels so good. That's what this reminds me of. And very intense too. Blood pumping, gets your blood pumping. Okay. Well, that was definitely like a timpani or something. Hey? I'm gonna throw it in the bass drum though, cause I'm lazy. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boo. Okay, so it's just like a half step up from where it was before. Boom. Oh, not quite. Boom. Pardon me, is that a tritone? Let's see. Boom. Boom. It's not a tritone. B. That's the tritone. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, interesting. Okay. So now we're moving like up another step. Let's see. Boom. Hold on. Boom, boom. Aha, back to F. Okay. Then I bet you this fills out the same way that it started. Nope, I'm wrong immediately. Like, this is so weird. What is this movement? G to F sharp. Boom, boom. Okay. Bomb, and then back. Bomb. You made it to a stream. Good to see you, Wodo Baggins. Thank you for checking out the stream. I appreciate it. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What is it? Boom. Yep. Boom. Boom. Another tritone. Beam, boom, beam, boom, beam, boom, beam. Oops. Boom, beam. Was that 3 bars or 4? Maybe I'll turn this into a G sharp. Yeah, okay, and then it goes back to F. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Like, it's so weird. Bum, bum. So these are C's. Bum. What's the note before it? An A. Bum, bum. I should zoom in, I guess. You guys probably can't see any of the music. Boom. Boom. B. Let's see. Boom. Okay, and then that must be the loop, right? Yeah. Now, is there a way to notate that this should be triplets? A triplet tremolo? Do I just have to write, like... I probably should just write it properly, hey? No. There we go. Like that. Kind of messy, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so we got the whole loop. We got the whole loop in we got the bass for the whole loop. The bass line's kind of the melody. That's what my head went to. Beam, boom, beam, boom, beam, bomb, bomb. Of course you have the floaty flute stuff on top, but okay, I'm gonna give this the letter B. Feels like its own section. We're gonna try and we'll get the rest of the flutes and trumpets and stuff. There's where we are. Yeah. Oh, because the strings are also doing that. Sounds like they're doing the rhythm too. Something like that. I'll fill out the voicings later. Let's get that flute run. I guess I should put it in piccolo. Let's see. Hey, Blastard G's. You've been slowly transcribing some of your favorite tracks from Frostpunk, and you're not very good at it, but you're having a great time. Good. Glad you're having fun. That's the, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Frostpunk, I remember, I think on a stream, it might have been like a patron only stream. I transcribed like some of one Frostpunk tune, and it was hard. That's hard music, because it's so, orchestral and vibey. It's like mixed too well, where everything blends together into this cool palette of sound, where you're not like, oh, that's obviously a MIDI piccolo, I remember thinking it was hard to transcribe. So good for you. Buddha. So this might be sextuplets. Yeah, that fits. So let's see how that sounds. Strings are hard, man. Strings are hard to hear. They blend together too well. I might make I feel like you might be doing, like that. Does that sound more right? No, I think whatever. I think that the sextuplets is right enough. Can you play an E minor triad? You're hired. Hold on here. Let's get those notes. A flat. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's what these two flutes are doing. And then they're holding for that last bar. Okay. Okay, interesting. What notes are these on? What? Okay. Okay. So I have to make these streams best part of my Wednesday. Also love the piece, so hell yeah. Hey. Thank you, Sammy D. Appreciate it. Got a drink from the Norby mug while on stream. That's tradition. Oh yeah, and that's the loop. Okay, we're laughing. So now we just have the hardest part to transcribe, the strings. Oh, and all the percussion too. Well, let's do the percussion first. I'm dreading these strings, to be honest. And I never put in the. I'll put in banjo. Tenor banjo. I'll put in tenor banjo. What the heck? What? No, not that. I don't want tab in my score. Okay, hold on. I'm getting distracted here. This is not a good idea. You know what? I'm going to change that tenor banjo immediately. Like, so it's gonna be this rhythm, right? I think it's something like this. Well, hold on now. Let's not change it quite yet. Man, I feel like I just won the lottery. I really lucked out on this voicing here. No, I did not luck out on the voicing. It kind of sounds like... I can't tell if there's a high E on that chord too. Like, listen. B, B, B. There is. It's like, it's very clustery. But it's not that. It could be this. No, it goes lower. Ding dong. Ah. What do we do here? Because it sounds like this. And then, like, I feel like that just sounds so right, the vibe-wise, but then when I listen to it, I hear a high E. Like, there's still a high E. Oh, jeez. I don't know if these are all E notes, actually. I can't really hear the note. I'm just going off vibes. On the downbeats, I mean. And then it's like... like, this is what it is, you know? So obviously, this... Whoa, not that. This is what it is. But then adding that E note on top ruins the vibe, but then it's definitely there. It's like, if you could control the volume of every individual note, I bet. Like, I bet you it's just like an open E string that's getting included in every chord that you don't really hear. You know? Or at least that's the vibe. I might just take the E off. Maybe I'm hearing a... Maybe I just want it to be something more sensible than it is. But that sounds so right. That G sus2 triad. What is this, an F bass note? That's interesting. It's like an F major 13 chord. Well, I'm changing the banjo sound, obviously. That's terrible. Let's get a harp. A nice harp. Maybe that's too nice. It's too round. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a little bit too fast still. Maybe 180 even. Try that. I think that the bass note does move. Could be acoustic guitar. Yeah, I'm overthinking it. You're right. You're right. I'm like, it doesn't sound like guitar because it's not something. That's not how you would play a guitar, you know? Like, that's not what a typical guitar part would be. But he's definitely playing it on a keyboard, a mini keyboard, right? Okay, yeah, let's see. Let's see what we get here. I feel like I'm messing up this part too. Like, the vibe is right, but the notes are wrong. I think it goes down. Oh, hold on. Maybe I'm in the wrong bar. Maybe that's why. No, I think I'm right. Okay. I'm gonna put the E's in here. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna turn that way down and then it'll sound right. Okay, let's get some percussion. Wait. Hold on a sec. They go up on this one. I think they did. Or he did, I guess. I'm not hearing the... Oh, it is still there. It's just quieter. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I gotta start at the beginning. I lost my place. Bah. Oh, maybe I think these are all... Okay, so it kind of drops to like a lower range. I think there might be French horns coming in with a doo 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 too for this section here. So this so the strings are not doing the rhythm. They're floating on top of the rhythm. And the second bar I can hear really clearly. But what are the notes? Let's see. B. I see, it's fourths. Of course. With Hajime Wakai, the answer is always fourths. I'll put a little, like, piano marking there. So I can't really hear what it's doing, but I imagine it's... following the notes of the everything else. Oh, hold on here. Yeah, whatever. That'll do. Time truly is flying by, Wanjambo. We got a fun name to say. And yet we're not anywhere near done, close to done the soundtrack. 40 tunes is pretty decent though. 40 tunes, we're getting somewhere. Wow, I really do not want to transcribe this guitar part right now. We'll come back to that. We gotta get some percussion. Let's see. Okay, let's do the snare. Bop, bja, bja, bop, bop, bja, bop, bop. Looking forward to the stream where we listen to them all in a row. That would be fun. The entire soundtrack. Let's go. Jat, 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 jat. And then it was this one that had a little rough on it. A little ja. Let's listen again. I see. Check-a-ca-ca. Oops. There we go. I should put the bass drum in. I think the bass drum should be much quieter. I don't like the bass drum sample in Sibelius. Let's see. Oh yeah, so the bass drum's following the low brass, which makes sense. Boom, 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 boom. And then the cymbal just like highlighting the... I'll put crash cymbals. I'll put here, so we know we're not still on the splash cymbal. Okay, now let's see. Oh, there's timpani too. Ga-dong. I knew that, and I didn't put it in because I was lazy, and now it's coming to bite me in the butt. Okay. Is there any timpani in the beginning that I missed? Let's see. I don't think so. Good. So it's like... I don't know if they're the same note or not. I think it's a B, actually. Good. I think that is. Okay, so let's get the snare part. This will be fun. I was always the snare drum guy in high school concert band percussion. But I like playing snare drum. That's so cool. Let's see here. I guess I should notate these as triplets instead of, because they are, you know, they are triplets. But then it's always so much more awkward to read. But that looks pretty good actually. But oh, this is a little. Ha! That is such a cool snare drum part. Yeah. But alright, this is a little rough going into it. Whoa, not 30-second note. There we go. I'll put an accent there and get rid of this thing. Okay. Listen to the snare drum part in all of its glory. Here we go. Oh, this is actually, there's like a little anticipation note too. Okay. Now we're getting into a different kind of part. Jabba-dee-dabba-dee. Okay. Let's see. There's another timpani moment. But it's a different note now. Now it's an F, I believe. Okay, let's see. Jugga-da-da. Lots of triplets. I guess speedo piano. Because he's kind of simmering now. I think this is a triplet with a little drag in front of it. Let's see. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Go back a little bit. Here we go. 3, 4. Okay, I missed the whole second line there. This is probably not a quarter note. It's probably a cha da 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 like that on both times. Okay, let's see now. The drag's on this one now. Freestyling. Okay, hold on. So we got that part. Now we need, I'm gonna go back and copy this part. Hold on. we're going back to okay, nice. Okay, great. Snare part's down. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It was consistent. The phrasing, like the weird phrases, but he like found an 8-bar phrase and repeated it for as long as it needed, you know? So it wasn't so bad. Now bass drum we gotta get. Bass drum I think moves from this rhythm into just half notes. Boom, boom. Yeah. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay, so really now we just need the strings and the guitar part when you gotta flesh out. Guitar part is like impossible to hear though. So let's do like getting into this section where there's other stuff going on. So let's back up. We'll do the strings, then we'll take a good hard look at ourselves and see, are we mentally strong enough to attempt this guitar part live on stream? We will all do that. So knowing that the rhythm is the guitar has this rhythm, and realizing that the strings are just doing whole notes does make it easier. This is definitely the top line. And then there's like probably it's harmonized a fourth below is my guess. Oh, that doesn't sound right though, so let's see. Oh, harmonize a fifth below? That's weird. What? What's going on here? Is this what it is? That does sound kind of right. Boo-dee-dee. That's what it is. That's so funny. Is there another note? I don't think there's another note. Come on. There we are. I don't think so. Maybe. That's what's getting played on the guitar. It's like a sus4, sus2 voicing. But trying to hear that B, I just don't really hear it. But sometimes there's stuff there that you can't hear, but it makes everything else sound right. Okay, this is like crazy how loud this is. Still a little bit fast. Keep bumping it down. That sounds pretty good though. Like, especially because this is supposed to be way quieter, I think. Yeah, that does sound right. I can rock with that. I can rock with that. I'm going to get rid of all the empty staves up here for the instruments that we've already done. Clean things up a bit. Procrastinate transcribing more strings. Let's see. Moody. Melody. What a windy melody, hey? F, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, G. It's so weird. Let's see. Hearing a C there. Uh-oh, uh-oh. There's definitely a C sharp in that bar, and it's definitely moving up from the previous note. Ba-dum. Could that be true? Could that be what it is? Definitely not. Oh, wait a minute. I'm one bar too late here. Why do I keep doing that? It's easy to get lost in this square. Okay, so let's try this. Oh. That is what that bottom line is, I think. Now I'm thinking there probably is a second. There probably is a second, like a third voice. There's probably a middle voice. Especially this makes me think there's got to be something in between there, right? There's got to be like a stack of fourths. So let's hear. But then where does it go here? Oh, unless this is the middle voice that I heard. I'm psyching myself out. Let's see. Is there a lower voice? I don't think so. I think I'm just hearing the melody an octave lower. Maybe that is what it does though. That's why I couldn't hear it before, because I was folding it into the melody in my ear. There's definitely three voices here. So there could be three voices here. Like, okay, compare and contrast. Versus just adding in like what it probably is. Something like this. Like A or B, what sounded more right? I think the first one sounded more right. Yeah, it's tough to tell because like this part kind of bleeds into the harmony too. Whatever. I'm not gonna fuss about it. Like the strings do feel more rich when you hit this part than they did before. Like it feels like you bumped up a step, so it makes sense that a new voice would be added here only. Wait on. Wait on it. You like the sound of 3 voices of strings? Okay. I mean, it does sound nice. I'm not gonna argue it doesn't sound nice, but does it sound correct? You know, does it sound like what the recording sounds like? It's kind of impossible to tell at a certain point. Like, is something just buried in the mix? Put the wind to rest, man. I don't know what that means. Okay. Let's see here. No creative liberties. Exactly. This is scientific. Nice to see you, Fortunes. Jukebox. Always good to see you. Because I'm a wine waker? Oh, I see. Put the wind to rest. Put the wind to rest. Or is that a typo? Is one of these a typo? I'm a wind addict. I'm addicted to Wakeahol. I'm a Zelda-holic. I'm addicted to Zelda Hall. Let's see. There's definitely a low F sharp there. Let's see here. Wind mops. I think that's what this is doing. I'm pretty sure. I think it stays on the F sharp there. Am I wrong? I'm definitely wrong. It goes to the E. Okay, now let's see what happens here. Just doubling the flute part up above. What am I making? I'm transcribing every song from the Wind Waker soundtrack, and I'm doing it live. So far, we're 40 tracks in, so we've got about 150 to go. But one day we'll do the whole thing. Definitely fourths. Yeah, I expect it'll take a long time, but... So, let's see. Is this a fourth too? Or no? That's a nice little resolution. We get an actual triad, not just fourths everywhere. Yeah, I love the Wind Waker soundtrack, though. I think it's the best of all time. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it live so I can justify the enormous time expense as content creation. Easy. Ooh, this is interesting. D. That can't be right. Yeah, it is. Wow. This is like a B minor 9 kind of sound. Okay, wow. The strings need to be way quieter here. What cool harmony, man. Hajime Wakai is the best. Okay, so now what we need to do, because I think that's all the string stuff, we just need to see where does the guitar disappear. Something like that. See, I can't really hear the notes of the guitar, but I can hear that it's there. And so I'm just going to use like the other notes that are already in the harmony to make an educated guess. And then we'll just sort of check it. There's definitely an A in that chord. Yeah. I don't hear it now. Yeah, I think it disappeared. Please say it's so. I think it did disappear for real. I don't think that's wishful thinking. Even though that's a weird place for it to drop out. Like the rhythm, you can feel the energy of the rhythm kind of got sucked out too. Now, I mentioned French horns before. Are there actually horns that come in? Like at B here. Let's see. We're almost there. 2 more bars. Listen for horns. They definitely are. Okay. So we're not done. Horn. Oh my goodness. Basset horn is probably what I want. Horn in F. So let's see. We're so close. We've almost got it. Oh, nice. So it follows the melody, but then just adds fourths. Is this? Was I tricking myself into hearing a middle voice because the horns were playing basically the same thing? That's possible. But the implications are simply too scary to consider. No, I think they're not just doubling the melody. I think they're doing that. Let's see. Wait a minute. I screwed something up here. Maybe I'm hearing. I think I did. I think we've solved the third string problem. I think I was hearing horn notes. Excuse me. So maybe I do this. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Boo. Is there a third horn? I'm getting in my own head here. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely like fourths up here. Yeah. So I'm not going to get rid of the third strings. Where did I have it? Something like, oh yeah. Well, maybe I should. No, I'm not going to. Or something like that, right? I already forget. Well, okay, and then we'll get the rest here. Okay, then we need the bottom note of the horns. Let's see. Thanks for making such awesome videos, man. You rock. Thank you, B Sharp. Thanks for coming to check out the stream. Oops, I went too far. Yeah, okay. It feels like he's just hammering that A on the bottom. Yeah. This is so funny. It's like clearly an E minor chord, E minor sound. Trumpet fills in with an E minor triad. It's like very E minor. And then it's an E and an A is the actual chord tones. You know, it's an A5 power chord. Let's see how that sounds. Let's see. I guess these should all be staccato, hey? Da, 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 da. And then probably quiet. That bass note sounds weird, but I think that is what it is. Yeah. Oh no. That's why it sounded weird, because it was wrong. That'll do it, eh? Now, are there still horns? Hello, big all caps. It's going pretty good. If the horns are still there, they kind of seem to disappear, but they feel like they're there. I think because they're just doubling the strings, like exactly. But I should make these like pianissimo. They're still pretty loud. Okay. First time seeing you in the chat! Sad boy. Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. I don't know if these are here really or not. Big G, all caps. Oh, funny. Big gall caps. I've heard of a gall bladder, but no. Big G, good to see ya. I really don't hear horns there. No, they are there. I think they're just doubling the strings again. Because you still feel that rhythmic pulse. Junga dunga dunga dunga. It is coming along nicely. We're just about done. Just doubling the strings, but giving that rhythmic pulse. Okay, let's hear what we got. You guys ready? Let's see, I gotta check on my screen. Oh, you just watched Foolish Frankie stream last week and told him about this? That's cool, man. I got to meet him in New Orleans earlier this year. Super nice guy. Great player too. I made the guitar a little too quiet here, I think. This goes pretty hard, man. Okay, so this is funny actually. We're gonna do a little analysis here after this. Okay. Man. So the piece is in E minor, as we've established, and it really beats you over the head with E minor. It's very, very clearly in E minor. The melody, I mean, we start with a big E sus chord, which sort of foreshadows the harmonic approach. The melody is E, D, C, D, E, or I guess the bass line is kind of the melody. E, F, G, D, E. So you think about like a classic JRPG battle music would be like that would be like the classic harmonic approach. E minor to D to C to D to E minor, walking up and down those three chords. This is sort of like a play on that, or a riff on that. The top string voice is doing that, but it's harmonized with a moving up to the F natural, which would put this as like a D minor. But okay, we still have that basic movement. It's just E minor to D minor to C to D minor up to E minor. But then the way that the lower strings are harmonizing these notes kind of turn it's like an E sus 4 to F major 13 to G sus to D sus to E sus. Like they're all suspended chords except for the flat 2 chord, which is like this super beautiful major 13. Very colorful. So that's already weird. And then when he sort of kicks it up a gear, where is that? Here. We start getting more. We start on an F chord. This twisty line, the F to F sharp to G sharp to F sharp to G. It's like, what? It feels like he's just twisting a knob slowly, a volume knob or like a pitch knob up. What's going on? I can hear my kids stomping around up there. Yeah, so it ends up being all sus chords driven by that sort of weird chromatic movement. The thing that made me laugh is where is it now? Oh yeah, we're talking about, okay, so the he's turning the knob, but we do get a clear resolution, like this figure is so strong. You feel that resolution to E minor. Boom, boom, E minor, boom, back home. Okay, that was weird, that like twisting, winding around chromatically, but we're back home. But when he resolves to E minor, it's actually an E sus chord again. There's no G's to be found, except for in this little trumpet arpeggio. But it's all E and A notes. Not even any B's. And then when we go later on, we have this building up string part. And we resolve to here where the flutes sort of resolve to E minor and the strings resolve to E minor. It's like very clearly E minor. Here, like E minor chords, we get a third and a fifth. And root in the ocarina and third and fifth in the piccolo. It's so clearly E minor. That at that point the bass jumps to A. So now this is like an E minor over A chord. Like, he's actually allergic to just giving us a triad, which I love. Which I absolutely love. Another build up, fourths moving up. You know. Now this is cool, because it's B. Melody, the flutes are playing B minor triad, and the bass is playing Bs. So this is pretty cut and dry B minor triad. But the harmony is filling in with A and C sharp notes. So it's again sort of like a B7 sus2, but with the third in the melody, it sounds like a B minor 9 kind of sound. So colorful. And then that's like the 5 chord. It's a B chord, and it brings us back to our tonic E at the start of the loop. But it's just everything's a sus chord. B sus resolves to E sus. You know, we resolve to E sus every time we resolve to the tonic, and then the one time that we get sort of an E minor E sound, it's actually an A sus chord. Like, just so funny. I love that. Okay. All right. Good chat. Good time. Good stream. Good stream. I'll pat myself on the back. No. Thanks for coming and sticking around. I gotta go eat lunch. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. And I'll see you next week for yet another Wind Waker Wednesday. Ba-bam! Let's go! Wind Waker Wednesday! Have a good one! I'll see you all. I miss you already. Goodbye! Goodbye!